Hello, this is Richard Hurd with another video on lien holders to help you to understand how to deal with lien holders a little better. If you still don't understand or have questions after this, you can either contact Frazer, their customer support, as you know, is one of the best in the country, or you're more than welcome to call me and ask me questions or send me emails. So we'll pause for a second and we'll set up the Frazer screen next and start showing you how to handle lien holders. Okay, here we are in the Frazer program. The first thing you want to do before you start setting up your lien holders is you're going to come into Miscellaneous System Options here, and you're going to set up these three fields, 1, 2, and 3. One I've set up for gap insurance and new equipment. The second is VSI, and the third is new plates and transfer. And I'm shooting $50 in for every new plate and transfer. I can change that on the fly on the program. This particular state I'm in charges $50 for new plates and $25 for transfer. VSI fee, in case you don't know what that is, a lot of times banks have what's known as a VSI fee. It's an insurance that they buy on each deal that they do that they're going to get paid. Every bank has a different VSI fee. If you are doing the paperwork for the bank at your dealership, you then have to know what their VSI fee is. So when you set up the bank or the lien holder in your system, you should put the VSI fee in, so when you do pick that particular bank, it would shoot in the proper VSI fee. If we don't put this stuff in here, it won't show up on invoices, which we want it to show up in invoices. So we have to set this up here the same way when we set up our banks, our lien holders, and I'll show you that in a bit. Sometimes I do have some people that want to leave this unchecked because we can change this to something else on the fly, and I'll show you how to do that later on in this video to make it say something different. If you sold a car starter or something, you could change the wording if you're not using that box, or if you find you have to use that box a lot of times. Right here under default government fees, we're shooting in $75 in every deal for a title fee. We could come into transfer and make that $50, which would be for new plates, and we could change it on the fly in this state to be $25. License fee, I'm not sure exactly what that is. That may come into effect in other states around the country. Again, Frazer's in all 50 states, so check with your local state to see if there's any type of license fee that has to be added to each car. Okay, so that's what that is. That being said, I think we've said enough about how to get this set up. Again, this is in system options. The next thing we're going to do is come in here and go up to see how to set up a lien holder. So I'm going to click into ABC Financial Services. The lien holders, when you're dealing with Frazer, I find it one of the hottest things to get the proper addresses on lien holders. If a customer is going to use their own lien holder, I would highly suggest you ask the customer to get the lien holder information so you can plug it in when he comes in with a check from you from their lien holder. Because even on a cash sale, if the customer has borrowed the money from their lien holder, you have to add that lien holder in so it prints on their registration documents, so they know who the lien holder is on the particular car. If it's not done, it could cause all kinds of problems. So here's my lien holder here. Some states have lien holder codes, so that's what this box is provided for. This particular setup for this lien holder says I'm getting 100% of the money, not including finance charges, so I'm not getting anything out of the finance charges. On this side of the ledger, it says who pays for these services, either the lien holder or the dealer. In this case, I like to think as dealer, sometimes as customer also. So 99% of the time, the customer is paying all these fees for insurance, service contracts, gap equipment, VSI fees, new plates and transfer. Okay. This little box down here, you check if the lien holder would do a pickup note. So sometimes people put a pickup note and the lien holder agrees to pick up that note and help get started on this type of stuff. So that doesn't happen very often. On the Advanced tab, we're going to move over now to the Advanced tab. Here we are in the Advanced tab. This is the no default method. This particular method is used a lot of times in cash sales. They're lien holders that you don't make any back end money on. Most times they're the customer's lien holder and you just have to add them in. Notice I have the gap equipment, VSI, and new plates and transfer all in here the same way I had them on the screen in the system options. So if I had them different here, or I didn't put them here, it's going to delete those names out and they won't show up. And we definitely want them to show up on the purchase and sales. I've got a bunch of figures in here right now, $199, $85, and $50, purposely to show you what will happen when we pick a lien holder. You may have already put different figures into your database to do the job, and they're going to get overwritten by the whatever numbers are here. If there's 0 here, the numbers you had already put in for gap equipment and new plates and transfer, and you had 0 here, it's going to get overwritten and put what if it was 0 here, it's going to put 0, so you're going to have to put them back in. This shows how to set up a lien holder. First payment made in 30 days. There's also a checkbox here which I have checked. This is if the bank charges a loan origination fee. I have it at 0. I only have it checked so I can show you how that works when we do lien holders. Most times, if they charge a VSI fee, they don't charge a loan origination fee. And again, for the demo purposes, I've got it checked even with a 0 in there, and I'll show you through the video how that works. This last tab here, sometimes depending on the bank, they want different things to show up in their bank contracts. And if you need help with this, you could call Frazer and they'd explain to you how to make this work when you're printing the bank contracts. So that's about all there is to the setup on the lien holders. I'm going to say OK right now, and I'm going to close. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Enter Sales, and what we're going to do is we're going to pretend we're selling a car, and this would be a finance deal. It's set for outside financing. I can change this to cash sale or wholesale or buy here, pay here. When I do buy here, pay here, it automatically shoots the lien holder in, which would be your lien holder company. But right now we'll start with outside financing. Now I can figure out financing monthly, semi-monthly, weekly, so on and so forth. But or we can enter amounts and back into payments. A lot of this stuff here we're going to discuss in how to enter a sale, a financial sale. We already have a video on how to do a cash sale. So let's do this. The first thing you want to do, the word vehicle is here. You're going to click in here. This is going to show your inventory to you. We're going to sell the GMC Envoy, so I double click it. It shoots in the price on the Envoy. It's $12,500, and it's showing a rate of 7% right now, which is okay. We can change the rate and do all kinds of things. You can work a deal from here. The customer's going to get this car for $12,000 right now. So I did change the rate. If I don't want to collect taxes, I can unclick this box, so it's 0 taxes. I can delete the $50 for new plates. I can go in here and delete the $75 on transfer if I like. So a lot of things can be done on the fly. If I want to change the tax rate, I have to recheck this box and go in here, change the rate to whatever state I'm in. This is the rate for my state right now, but I can change it for other states. I used to think I could put 4 different rates here and pick one. You can't do that. This is for New York. From what I understand, they have 4 tax rates. So I'm going to leave it at 6.25%. I'm going to leave the taxes in on this deal, and we're going to add a few things to this deal. We're going to sell a service contract for $1,500. We're going to put new, the service contract's from ABC Warranty Company. We're going to sell gap insurance for $399. When I click off, it'll ask who the gap is from. It's from the Gap Insurance Company. The VSI fee is going to get shot in here from the lien holder, but I'm going to put a number there, $25, just so we remember we had a number here. And new plates and transfer, I'm going to put, this is from the lien holder. This would be 25. The new plates and transfer, I'm going to make that $25 also. So as I click through, my numbers keep changing, my deal keeps changing. We're going to get a deposit today on this vehicle. The guy's going to give us a $959 deposit. So he gives me a check for $959 even. Now I check in this little box here, and he says he gave me a check. It was check number 1245. Yes, I have received a deposit on the 5th. How long am I going to hold the car for him? I'm going to click in here. Today's the 5th. I'm going to hold it to the 10th, and I'm going to save the deposit. Okay. So that leaves a balance right now of $14,000. So he wants to do financing on $14,000 based on 7%. I would give 48 months to get that done. Calculate. That's $335.26. We can keep changing rates and playing around and show you different ways to do things and coming up with different figures and so on and so forth. Again, we'll discuss that when we do the video on how to enter outside financing. This is more towards lien holders now, so I don't want to mix you up too much. I want to concentrate a little more on lien holders. So all these numbers now we're agreeing to with the down payment and so on and so forth. So the next thing you normally do would come to customer, and this is check for business. I want an individual, and we're going to put the last name of a customer as Mr. Ryan, R-Y-A-N. We can fill in the rest of this. All this other information would have to be filled in. We'll fill that in later, and we'll talk about that later again on other videos. Next, I would go to the lien holder screen. Right now it says there is no lien holder, so I'm going to select the lien holder. I'm going to select ABC Financial Services. When I do, it calculates everything up, and it says he's going to owe us $13,885 on this deal. Something doesn't seem right, but hold on, I'll check. Let me make sure. No, it is correct. It's $13,885. I know it didn't seem right. Remember I told you when I put lien holders in, I have to watch out because it shoots different prices in from the screen. So this lien holder in their file said it had $199, and this was $399. In my file originally, I believe it was $399, or was it $25? I think it was $25 originally. I used some real low numbers. Over here was $25. Okay, so we're getting closer and closer to our figure. I believe this was $25. Okay, so now we're still not right. $75 here, taxable, so on and so forth. I thought it was 14. We're missing another 959, so there we're missing another $500 somewhere. 15 sales tax. Do we not have the sales tax in the deal? No, we had the sales tax in the deal. Okay. We originally had $25. Well, anyway, trying to figure this out. What happened? 12,000. I want this to come up to 14,900, so one of these figures were higher by quite a bit. So I think I had gap at 399. That's where it's such an odd number. It's hard for me to remember what's going on. Hey, look at that. 14,000 right on the money. So gap was 399. It changed it to 199. VSI fee I had at 25 and new plates 25 until I picked the lien holder, and then it changed them. Now I'm changing them back. So everything is correct there right now. So if I come over to the lien holder side of things, its amount being financed is 14,000, which is perfect. So everything is right here. Okay, I can. This is the we call the no default method. This is the lien holder owes me $14,000 on this deal. So the second way to do it is enter an amount. This is for lien holders that tell you how much money they're going to give you on the car, and they actually charge fees for doing this because their credit is bad. It's normally not a $14,000 car. These cars are usually $4,000 and $5,000 and $6,000 cars. But to show you how that works, what happens is we'll pretend this is one of those deals, and they're only going to give you 12,000 of the 14,000, and they're going to hold $500 in reserve. So if the customer goes to the end of the contract, they're going to give you another $500. So as soon as I hit tab, it puts the 500, makes this 14,500. But remember, they're only going to give you 12,000, so it would be $12,500. And what happens here now is you're going to get paid by the lien holder on this, and they're going to give you, if this particular lien holder was going to let you add an amount and get a reserve, they're going to give you $12,000 when you send in the paperwork. So meanwhile, the car's already gone out, the lien holders approved this customer, so on and so forth. The car has left the building. You send all the lien hold paperwork in, and either the lien holder is going to send you a check automatically into your account, or they're going to mail you a check, or they're going to automatically put it in your account. The check would be for $12,000. So you would go into customer activity afterwards, find this particular deal, and once you've got the money, you'd go in and say, I just received $12,000 from this lien holder, and it's going to show a $500 balance, which you're not going to get paid for almost 4 years. So some people say, don't even put that reserve in there. I'm probably never going to get it anyway. They'll be changing cars, or maybe a different number. It could become a little bit of a nightmare trying to keep track of all that stuff. We're going to have tons of lien holders. So make it 0, and we'll worry about it when the lien holder sends us more money. We'll keep track of it in a different way. So that is the enter an amount. Okay, with no reserve earned would be the default lien holder again, as a percent. Excuse me. As a percent seems to work with the cuddle program pretty well, which is, I don't know how many people are familiar with it, but you actually pay a monthly fee to use this cuddle program. And what it is credit unions. And what they do is, if the customer has a high credit score, they'll give you 2% of the total, which for the 2%, if I put 2% in there, which I put right here, it says you're going to get an additional $280 when you get your check. Again, if this was a full finance deal where you're getting all the money, you would get the $14,280. Again, that's in black here. I could change that. That's the one to enter an amount. I could still do that now, even though I'm using a percent, and change it to $12,280. But usually when you're getting a percent, you're getting all the money on the car, and this is your bonus or your back end from the company. The other way to do lien holders is on mock-up. This is a bank that allows you to bump the rate. So what you can do then is come in here and put the customer qualified at 5%. I hit tab, it calculates what the interest would be, and the interest is going to be $1,480. Okay, and the spread between the 5 and the 7%, because I've done the mock-up, is $618.72, which it puts over here. So instead of getting $14,000 from the bank, I'm going to get $14,618.72. With some lien holders that bump the rate, they actually get a charge back to them of 20%. So I can put 20% here, hit a tab, it's going to recalculate. I no longer get $618 because the bank's taken 20% of the bump. So I'm only going to get $495.36. So as you can see, all the numbers are jiving here, so that's working out. Again, okay, loan origination fee. This particular bank, if they did charge a loan origination fee, I'm going to show you what happens. I'm going to put $150 right here, and as soon as I hit tab, it's going to update and calculate again. But it does nothing for me in the amount I'm going to get from the lien holder, which is correct because the lien holder gets the loan origination fee, not me. However, when I do print the paperwork for the customer, it now has a bank fee on here of $150, and instead of my deal being amount financed of $14,000, it's $14,150, which increased the payment here on the monthly payment slightly. If I took the $150 out of here and made it zero, and as soon as I hit a tab key, it recalculates and it's going to bring it back to $14,000 over there, and the payment should go down a little bit. So it's going through its calculations now, and it should be doing that shortly, and the payment went back to $335.39. So, and it's automatically updating here on the lien holder screen with the 20%. I can go back to enter an amount or do no reserve. If I do no reserve, it's straight 14,000. So hopefully that has been a little informative. The other thing we have here under dealer cost, if we did do a warranty on this car, it might have been for 36 months, 36,000 miles. And the provider was ABC warranty. If the customer's still around, I can't put the profit and loss on it, but the customer say is not here. It cost me $785 for this warranty. The gap insurance cost me $159. Okay, and the VSI is grayed out. I can't do that. New plates and transfer cost me, I changed it so many times, was $25. That's paid to the Mass DOT. I can calculate the commission here. I can go 20% and say update. The commission is huge on this car, so we must have made a lot of profit. I can also change it and say I don't want to do a percent, I want to do a flat on this car. I'm going to give them $650 commission, update. Okay, now I can run a recap sheet, and I can say go here, and what that does is it shows, well, this is why we made so much money. I doubt very much if these numbers are realistic. Of course they're not. I got my sale price way too high on a car that I paid $4,500 for, with a lot fee of $85. Added cost is $56. So anytime I add any more to this car, it should have showed up here, and I'm into the car for $46.41 with $12,000. Gave me a $7,000 profit, which again, not very realistic, but as a car dealer, you should understand those figures are we just have to lower that $12,000 price to make it. All right, this was the cost of the service contract. I made another $700 and $715. Gap insurance, I made another $240. VSI, you can't make anything on. New plates and transfer are not allowed to mark up, so I made another $950. My $185 fee would deal a service fee, bringing the total up to $84.99 minus $650. This deal, the company made $7,849. You'd love to have at least 2 or 3 of those deals a year. That would really help out the bottom line. So now, I've told you sometimes you may want to change the what it says here. You can't do that right now. It's kind of tricky how we do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, I only have the customer's last name, and I know it's going to ask me for where this customer found out about us, and I'm going to save as prospect. I do save all my customers as prospects. It seems to be the best way to go in case you have problems when you're new. Once you get used to Frazer, you can have them in the customer activity file afterwards. You can fix a lot of things from the customer activity file. It's another learning curve. We will have a video on that eventually, and give you some explanation as to how to do that. In the meantime, if you save everybody as prospects, any problems with the deals, you can come back in and correct them and reprint some paperwork if you have to. I usually tell people keep it in there for a couple of days and then put it into the customer activity file, or complete the sale, which pulls the car out of inventory and gets and puts all the accounting things together. So I'm not going to print right now. I'm just going to exit and save as prospect. Okay. It brings me into my screen to print my whatever I want to print. I may want to print all the paper. Remember, we can do the all white paper forms. We can set that up. That's another video on how to do that. It saves a lot of time and keeps you well organized. So, okay. That being said, hopefully this has been an informative video for you. And if you do have any questions about changing things, I know I just remembered here as I ended this video, I was going to show you how to change the verbiage. You can't change the verbiage until you save the customer as a prospect. Then when you go back in and re-enter and look up dealer cost on all those things, you'll see a new box there where it allows you to change the verbiage. It only happens after you save as prospect. Again, if you need any further help, all our addresses are here, my web page, my name, my email, my phone numbers, Frazer's website, and also there's some reference to another product that I sell, which is the electronic used car record book. There's not too many states that run record books, but if you do, this is a great way to speed up doing those record books. So thank you for your time, and hopefully this was informative, and we'll catch you on the next video.